Salute and thank you, NERDSoul. Lay Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing that Street Geek and NERDSoul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go, baby. You know what the deal is. NERDSoul Gaming, we chilling, doing your thing. I'm doing my thing. We doing our thing. And we ain't by ourselves. All right? I got Open Mind on the line. Open Mind, say what up.
What up, Nerd Soul family, gaming community, and FGC? What's happening? I'm back.
Oh yeah, and not only are you back, you know what I'm saying, in raw and rare form on that Marvel collection. What you been doing with that Marvel collection right now?
Having a blast. I must say
Oh,
so
and
myself.
matter of fact, tell them what Marvel collection you're playing because there's sort of like
Well,
three
it's
of them, sort of.
Capcom Collections. It's actually Capcom
Oh,
Collection
sorry,
Part 2.
Capcom collection. Sorry, there's the
And
Marvel arcade Capcom collection and the other stuff. So yeah.
so I've been definitely I ain't playing like at this moment. Like I ain't played like in a couple of days, but the Marvel Capcom Collection 2, I have been on it heavy. I think you and Coop talked me into playing Capcom versus SNK 2 because I was playing part one
Uh
when like I first bought the game. I couldn't find no matches at the time. Then I finally
huh.
started getting some matches. And when I played part two, uh, after playing part one, I realized why part two is just better. Part two just it's better at execution. It's just better, right? And so I just ditched it. I got a few clips, few fights. I started picking up fights, but I just put it down completely because I was just like, you know what, part two is just much better. And believe it or not, I had never played part two when it came out.
Oh,
When it like
word.
when it first dropped, like back in the day, I'm aware of it, right? When it came out, it was straight to console. It was never. It was on the arcade, yes, but the arcades that I frequented at the time, I just didn't. I just never played it. It's not that I didn't want to. At the time, I was on Tekken card. At the time,
Ah,
Tekken 4. It was Tekken 3 on the arcade cabinets. Um, so I just never got into it, right? And if I did play it, I don't remember. But
mm,
getting into it on the console, it was definitely I guess take me back moment because when I did play Marvel Capcom versus SNKs, I played part one heavy on the arcade. That was where me and TJ Storm met. So me and TJ Storm officially met on fighting each other at this arcade in New Orleans that we used to frequent last was about 22 years ago. About 22, it's about 22 going on 23 years ago when I first met him. I didn't know his name, didn't know him from a can of paint. I would see him around the arcade, but it's not like we had introduced ourselves and nothing like that. It wasn't no beef or nothing. It was just neutral. It's just like you just see familiar faces in this arcade that I frequented a lot. And
okay.
I would play it a lot, and we would line our quarters up on the machine. You know what I'm saying? And I know TJ Storm gonna laugh when I hear this when he hear this story. Like, oh, we gotta send TJ Storm this video. But um, he would come in with his girlfriend at the time. I think he's this his wife now. If I'm not mistaken, the woman he's with now at the time was his girlfriend. Sometimes with her, sometimes not with her, but just we frequented that arcade a lot, and the
Hmm.
machine I spent most of my time on was Capcom versus SNK. Of course, they had other arcade machines in there, of course, but I just got it. I just was sitting there playing it. Didn't see him all the time, but every time I see him, like if I'm sitting on that stool playing, TJ Storm will come in, see me sitting there, never ask me my name, never introduce himself to me. He'd just put his quarter up. If wherever I'm playing, I win my fight. I might knock three people off. Say not that I was the best in the world. I was taking L's too. But if I'm sitting on that stool and I get three dubs, his quarter is sitting right there waiting. He like waiting in line. Like, yeah, yeah, I gotta get this dude off. And at the time I was playing with Rio from Art of Fighting and I want to say, let me see, it's Rio and Zangief. That was my team, right? Rio and Zangief
Okay.
on that game
Okay.
at the time. So what happened was this I can remember this like yesterday, man. I don't know if you remember this, but I remember this. First time we ever fought. He gets on the machine, he picks Iori, and I forget who else he picked. I forget who else he picked because I never beat his Iori to get to his next character. So
Okay.
I didn't know who Iori was. I wasn't familiar with the SNK side of things so much. Like I won't say SNK because of course I play with Rio. I wasn't familiar with the King of Fighters people like Iori, Kyo, and stuff like
Got
that.
you.
I see them on the screen, but it's just a genre game I at the time hadn't touched yet. I was a Tekken person, Street Fighter person.
Got you.
So no, I take that back. I was playing with Rio and Ken. That's what I was playing with. Ken and Rio. But I would lead with Rio. So uh he picked Iori and another character, and he was just destroying me with Iori. Like just charging up, doing his his special where he freezes you in place and then charge up and just do Iori's like his beat 'em up move where he charge beat you up and slam you on the ground and press your chest and put that Irachi power on you, just destroying me, right? And it just became a regular
Oh
thing.
boy.
This became a regular thing. Going in there, I used to hate seeing them come in there. Like I said, never introduced ourselves at the time in this moment. This went on for about 3, 4 months, right? 3, 4 months it went on. So what? A Tekken tournament came out at the local mall because he worked at Foot Locker at the time. At the time, he was working at Foot Locker, and there was this Tekken tournament. They had the flyers up in the arcade, and I think I've told this story a million times. Uh, so I just decided to enter the Tekken tournament, and then lo and behold, who's there at the Tekken tournament? TJStorm, right? I mean, he
Mhm.
seems to be like I didn't know. I didn't think about him. I wasn't thinking about him. He was not on my mind. He was the last person I thought to see even show up, right? But it was at that particular mall, and I didn't know he worked at Foot Locker at the time. And it was this took place at a at the time electronic boutique. You know that store is out of
Oh,
business
EB
now.
Games. Shouts out.
It was at the time it was electronic
Oh, it's
boutique.
just electronic. Excuse. Sorry. EB Games. Your OG electronic
Yeah,
boutique.
at the time, before this is way before they went out of business. This was when they was hot. There was no such thing as a GameStop. It was Electronic Boutique
Nah.
and Funko Land at the time. Those two were the two
Oh
stores. It was
yeah.
Funko Land and Electronic Boutique. So
Oh,
Electronic
man,
Boutique was
we're
the
taking
store
it
that
back.
oh yeah, and this was the Tekken 3 tournament at the time. So the flyers were all over the arcade. Like I said, I went up there. I think it was like a $10, $15 interest fee. So I went in there before the deadline, paid my little entry fee, and then I showed up for my tournament. So I showed up for the tournament. I picked King. I was playing with King at the time,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't let us change our buttons. We had to play with the default buttons. I was just like, yo, this is
Oh,
crazy. Yeah, like the dude who ran the tournament was so out of touch. Like he was just really out of touch. He's like, that's cheating. That's not fair. You can change your buttons. You gotta play on default buttons. I'm like, man, stop. It's not how we
that's
play
not.
Tekken,
That's
man.
not cheating.
We don't play Tekken at home with the default buttons where you can't use your top buttons and stuff like that. Like just a
Nobody
triangle,
plays
square,
like
circle,
that.
and X. Nobody ever. But it was just the guy who's running the tournament was a super nerd, like extra nerd. Hadn't It's just completely out of touch with video games. And plus, for him to work at an electronic boutique, he was completely out of touch with games. I think he was just there to get a paycheck. But anyway, um, because we couldn't set our buttons, a lot of people kept taking L's to me because I just know how to play Tekken at the time. And I was hitting people with these
Mm.
10 strings and stuff like that, but I wasn't doing juggle combos at the time. I wasn't doing juggling. I was just 10 stringing it, sidestepping people, and I could do King's Link slams with the default buttons. I could do it because I had just been practicing at home before the tournament. I didn't know they was not gonna let me change my buttons, but I just happened to know how to do his link slams with the buttons, just press those buttons like I needed to press them. So
Hmm.
I link slammed everybody. Like I'm telling you, I start at the bottom, I link slam everybody to the top. And then lo
Yeah.
and behold, look who my last opponent is. I mean, I
TJ
beat
Storm.
everybody that was in that store. It was a crowd, man. We had a crowd of people in that store, bro.
Because
It was
everybody knew they could play Tekken because they was playing it at home.
everybody thought they could play Tekken. Everybody thought they could play Tekken.
That's what happened when you
Even
be
I
playing.
thought,
That's yo, you be thinking you could play
yo,
until you get to.
I destroyed everybody, so I'm the last boss, and I guess I wasn't paying attention to nobody's fights. Like I would win my fight, and I go stand in the corner and wait for him to call my name. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really paying attention to who was there. Right? I didn't notice TJ Storm until he was the last boss too.
Yeah.
It came down to me versus TJ Storm. Right? So I want to say TJ Storm picked. I wanted. I just. He could probably tell you better than me. He'll probably listen to this and text me and cuss at me. But I don't remember who he picked. I just know I had King. Right. Oh, I know who he had. He had Brian. He
Ah,
had
okay,
Brian
okay,
Fury.
okay.
He picked Brian
Respect,
Fury.
respectful pick.
So Tekken 3 Brian Fury. So look, we fighting, man. I I'm getting the best of him, right? And he was going hard with me, but I think they made us go best of three, right? I
Hmm.
won the first one. He beat me the second one. And then the last one, I won the first two rounds. So I had one more round left and I'm over it. And I felt like him slacking off. Like I was like, why is I was thinking in my mind, I was like, he's not fighting me with the same sweat as he was. And I was just I was playing, I was looking at him out the corner of my eye. He wasn't looking at me. He was looking at the screen. He wasn't even giving me eye contact or nothing. He was just he just barely pressed a button. I was like, this dude is letting me win. I felt it. I felt it. You could just tell. Like he's not fighting me.
He's
So I
like,
ended up
nah, this
winning.
ain't real.
I ended up winning. I think the prize was like 200 bucks or something. I don't know. It was a couple $100. It wasn't that big of a prize. But I won, got a little stupid trophy, and everybody was like dapping me off and stuff. So once the crowd dispersed out of the store, TJ Storm was waiting on me outside the game. He was like, "Yo, man, what's your name?" We introduced ourselves, and I was like, "Yeah, man, I remember you. I be seeing you at the arcade." Blah blah. He's like, "Yeah, I picked the Ori. I beat you up. Remember that?" And I was like, "Yeah." We was just kind of like acknowledging the fact that we see each other around, but never like acknowledge each other or introduce ourselves. We would just be fighting. Like he would irritate the heck out of me. He would get me off that Capcom versus SNK machine. Like he would kick me off. Like seriously. Like once I saw him come in and put his quarter in, I already knew it was a wrap. I knew it was a wrap. I was like, he's gonna beat me. I never said it. I never showed it on my face, but in my mind, I was like, he about to beat me because he just had my number, bro. Like Capcom versus SNK one part one, like I could not see TJ Storm in that game, and I didn't. Like I said, I just when I saw him, when I realized he was my opponent in this Tekken tournament, I was like, oh my god, this dude. Are you serious? As big as this city is, what is the coincidence? Like, what are the odds of me having to face the guy who's been giving me hell at this arcade on a daily basis? Like, why? I was just in my head screaming, like, why do I have to fight this guy? Like, I was like, really, really,
Oh,
really. Listen, he's probably gonna crack up laughing when he hears it because this is a more in depth story. I'm telling you what I was feeling, like my emotions, like. I was so irritated with the fact that I had to fight him. Like him, like I was like ready to slaughter everybody in Electronic Boutique that day. All these dudes were scrubs. Nobody could see me. Nobody could see him either. Because he didn't take no L's all the way through. I won all my fights, he won all his fights, but I didn't pay attention to his fights. I wasn't watching him fight, but apparently he was watching me fight. He was in the crowd watching me, but I wasn't paying attention to him. Like I was so arrogant at the time. Like I was beating people. I go in the corner and play on my cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on the phone with people. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't paying attention to who was on the screen. And like, oh, I'm next. I let me call you back. I'm about to go fight. And then I hang up the phone. I go stand at the machine because they still got them to this day. GameStop got it. You know the little game cabinets they have where you can play
yeah,
the game right there. That's what we did it
yeah.
on, something like that. They had a little controller sticking out with the TV with the monitor. They had it all hooked up. So I'm telling you, I'm so irritated to highness having to face TJ Storm, but I hadn't fought him in Tekken. I just assumed he was good, right? I didn't
Ah,
know if he was a good Tekken player or not. I knew he was a good Capcom versus SNK player. That much I knew. But I just said again, I started beating him, and I was just like, but when I beat him and won the tournament, in my mind, I was like, I know I didn't win this fair and square. Like, and I wasn't feeling like I was on my face. I showed joy and happiness, like, yeah, I won. Like, but in the back of my mind, I was like, something ain't right. Like I felt it. I'm telling you, he was like, I was 19 years old. He was 19, 20 years old. I still was like, to this day, I'm 42. I will still always admit and own the fact that TJ Storm let me win. So we exchanged numbers in the like the food court area where we was at, like right outside the store. And he's like, "Yo, where you stay at?" So I gave him my address. He said, "Look, I get off work at such and such time. I work at Foot Locker." So I was like, "Okay, you work at Foot Locker?" He's like, "Yeah." So we exchanged numbers. I gave him my address. When I tell you TJ Storm came to my house with his Foot Locker stripes on, like he hadn't even went home. He didn't even go home. Like he entered the tournament wearing his Foot Locker stripes. He went on his lunch break to go do this tournament. You know what I'm saying? At Foot Locker, he was
oh,
still clocked in at work. Like he didn't even because he
yo,
works
he's
at
like,
the
I
mall.
go to work, work.
Yeah, he works at the mall. And Electron Boutique is like 5 or 6 stores down from him. He can just walk down there and play. So I think I'm telling you, this dude came to my house with his Foot Locker stripes on, right? And he was like, "Yo." So I can't remember what he said to me, but it was something real like slime, like slick, like, "Yo." He's like, he didn't say nothing about letting me win. He was like, "Where you stay at? We gotta settle this."
Mm,
So I told him where I stayed. He's like, "All right, come on, let's go." Like I told him where I stayed at. He showed up at my house. He called me first, let me know he make sure I'm home. He's like, "Yo, you good? You at the house?" Yeah, I'm home, man. I'm off work and stuff. He's like, "All right, cool, I'm coming through." He came over there by himself in my own little apartment. He sat on my couch. When I tell you TJ Storm, because he got to set his buttons then, right? I let him
ah,
change, I let him set his buttons. I set my buttons. I was just like, we had a real fight then. When I tell
it was
you,
about to get real sweaty.
TJ Storm gave me the butt whooping of my life. He won 10 straight. I beat him
Wow.
on the 11th fight. And I still feel like he let me win the 11th fight.
He's like,
I'll
go ahead,
let
you can
him
have
speak
this.
for himself on fight number 11. But he got Brian and he was juggling me crazy. So this is why I'm talking about talking trash. This man, I don't know this dude from a can of paint. He's sitting in my house, sitting on my couch, talking smack to me, cussing, talking. I'm talking about just it got it went all the way to us not exchanging blows with each other. I was like, who this dude talking to? Like, dude in my house disrespecting me, like disrespect, talking smack, like it was like heated up in the house. But we didn't fight. We didn't scrap. We didn't even get it didn't get to the point of like physical altercation.
Yeah.
So after the 11th fight, we take a break and we really start to talk. He said, "Yo, I see a lot of potential in you." And he was like, and then that's when he acknowledged the fact that he let me win, right? Because I asked him, I was like, "Yo, tell me the truth, man. You let me win that, didn't you?" He was like, he just looked away. He ain't say nothing. I was like, "Come on, man, stop playing. You just beat me 10 straight, bro." Like, this thing, he's like, "All right." I was like, and the reason you let me win is because you couldn't change your buttons, right? And then we started both griping about the fact that we couldn't change our buttons. And so I
Word
was
up,
like,
word up. That's dope.
so TJ Storm said to me, I remember this exact words. He was like, "You have a lot of potential, but you got to stop 10 stringing. Like all you do is 10 strings and side steps, and that's not going to work all the time. You notice how every time you try 10 string, I'm blocking that string, I'm interrupting your 10 string." And he's like, "You need to start learning how to juggle combos because juggle combos do a lot more damage than 10 strings." And I was like, not wasn't trying to hear it, but at
Mm.
the time, like he was right. So I didn't do it in his face. When he left my house, I started practicing doing juggle combos on Tekken. So now, 23 years later, I've incorporated that fighting style into my fighting style. And you see where I'm at now in the FTC. Like I'm a beast with it. You know what I'm saying? TJ Storm is probably 60% responsible for why I am who I am in the FGC. I give that credit to him because yeah, before I moved down south to New Orleans, I was playing fighting games. But just like you, remember you used to tell your story how you could beat up all everybody you know in your neighborhood until you
Yep.
leave your till you leave where you from and you
Ooh.
fight some other people out of. I'm talking about not out of your city, out of your state. I go from Michigan to Louisiana. That's a completely different state and place and mindset. Nobody in my city could beat me, but I lose.
Mm.
I move to New Orleans and I get my butt shown to me, right? So that just TJ Storm, and it's from that moment we became brothers, right? We've been knowing each other for 23 years, but I said when we first met, we didn't become friends right away. It took us a minute. It took us a minute to like talk about some months. Time passed. We saw each other around, but we never really like acknowledged each other's presence. It was like a silent rivalry, right? He saw potential in me in Capcom versus SNK, but never said it. He never.
Ah.
We didn't have that introduction. We didn't have a long conversation. There was no tournament. It was just us in the arcade because that's the hangout spot for us for teenagers. Like that's where I hung out at. Like I would get off work and go hang out at the arcade. It's like I come home from work and I sit on the PlayStation and play. It's the same thing. I would get off work and I would go to the arcade and play because that's where the girls at. That's where everybody at that's in my age group. 19, 20, 21, 16, 17. Like it was a hangout spot. They closed at 10 p.m. at night.
Ah,
So
okay. So
so
it
when
stayed
I
open
got
late as far as
yeah,
that age was concerned.
yeah. So back to Capcom Collection, when I first bought the game, that's the first game I played, like tried to play, and I just couldn't get no fights. But then I text y'all, you and Coop, and y'all was telling me like, yo, Capcom or you mostly. Capcom versus SNK2 was the game you played, and you told me your story about how you went to tournaments on that.
Yeah,
I
that
had
was.
never got a chance to play it when it first came out. And like I said, if I played it on an arcade cabinet, I don't remember. I just don't
Mm.
remember playing it. I played rival schools in that arcade. And that particular arcade never got a cabinet for Capcom versus SNK2. They had a rival schools cabinet. They had a Project Justice cabinet, and of course Marvel's Capcom 2 and Mortal Kombat and Tekken 4 and all the other any average arcade in the 90s, or early 2000s, late 90s, you name it, they had it.
Hmm.
So when you talked me into that, I jumped on Capcom, and it plays a lot like the first one, but it's better.
Yeah.
So the mechanics are like this in casual mode only. You can set your buttons to whatever you want to. And I'll not say whatever, I mean whatever. You can have one button special moves, one button supers, one button whatever. And you can determine like certain motor controls where you got to press a certain direction to get the certain move you want. On here, you can set it to one button to do a Hadouken, Dragon Punch, Tatsumaki Hurricane Kick, whatever, Bison's charging uh, Psycho Crusher or Sumo Slam or whatever, like Zangief's grab. You can set it to a button, but only on casual mode. Rank mode, they make you fight inputs. Like you got to do the inputs, right? So now,
Mm.
I play Street Fighter 6 on modern controls.
Yep.
And people assume that because I play on modern controls, I can't play on classic controls. No, all I'm doing is keeping up with the times. I'm
Now,
still doing
honestly,
inputs.
even if you
Go ahead.
can't, who cares? A win is a win.
Yeah, but listen, for a long time, Street Fighter 6, which is, I will say Street Fighter 6 did it. I would say DNF Duel did it. But for a long time, modern controls was shunned. These directional inputs just to do a move, it was like, all of the old heads and the classic players like, oh, that's the training wheels. It's like, nah, like you can do a lot of damage. You can be real dangerous playing on modern controls. Even TJStorm don't like modern controls. Like
Well, I
he
mean,
doesn't,
if it's
he doesn't
training
like
wheels,
me.
then how bad must you feel if someone on training wheels beats you when you're apparently you got a 10 speed?
But see,
Like,
that's where the argument changes. The arguments that I have in my inbox, my Street Fighter 6 inbox, is the same argument. You trash, you playing on modern control. But I beat you. That's because modern control is strong. Okay, so which one is it?
so you lose every
Is it
modern
strong
control
or is it for
match?
say what?
So it's like, do you lose every modern control match then?
I
Since
mean,
apparently they're
it
easy.
we could go forever about the significance of it. There is some nerfs to modern controls, right? Modern controls is not all powerful. It has its weaknesses. Just like classic controls has its weaknesses,
These be
meaning
the
the
same
person
people that be
playing.
playing with hitboxes and don't
Right.
wanna acknowledge
The
the
hitbox is
benefits of
worse than
hitbox.
modern controls. The hitbox is more egregious than modern controls. Here's why. Because with a hitbox, you have extra buttons. Just the first. That's the first. That's the first strike. Okay, I got a PlayStation 5 controller. I got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 buttons. That's it. I got then and then one, two, three, four directional buttons. I got four directional buttons, 8 attack buttons. That's it. That's if you include the top buttons, the LR1, L2, and R2. Then I got the four attack buttons: triangle, square, circle, and X. That's it. A hitbox has like 13, 14 buttons. You have two additional buttons that you can set a button to, like drive rush,
True.
drive impact, right? And then you can cheat the input with with a
Especially with
hitbox.
charge characters.
Yes, you only because if you plan on fight stick or pad with a charge character, you have to charge that joint for 2 seconds to get your move out. 2 full seconds. On a hitbox is 1.3 seconds. Somebody already did the video more than once and already proved that you can just hold the button down for 1.3 seconds to do a sonic boom or a sumo headbutt or whatever the charge move is. It'll come out.
Good night. Peace. Peace.
It will
Good night.
come out no matter what. No matter what happens, it will come out. The charge move that you're trying to do is going to come out. So, with that said, if you hate modern controls, those of you in the FGC that have this gripe, but you have nothing to say about hitbox leverless controllers, you're a hypocrite. That's cap because
Hmm. Full
even
cap.
even so, and they let people come to tournaments, Evo tournaments using hitboxes.
Yep. And everything's
I'm
all
telling you,
good. But modern controllers
everything is
apparently it's a
legal.
problem.
So so what I don't understand is the dismissal or the looking down upon the condescendence that y'all have towards people who play fighting games that have them, fighting games that have this modern controls. Like, what is the problem? What is the problem? So it's easy inputs. Okay,
Well, so
Ken
is
and Ryu
hitbox.
are Ken and Ryu are easy inputs. Half circle forward to do a Hadouken. Forward down forward to do a dragon punch. Down and back to kick to do the Tatsumaki. That is an easy input. Y'all main easy input characters. So it's not modern controls. So you plan on classic when you play with Ken and Ryu. But you still playing on an easy mode character. The execution of that character is easy. You don't main a charge character. You don't main Zangief, or you got to do the quarter circle without jumping. Walk up 720, double 720 to do his super. You don't main that character because that character is complicated with the inputs. Y'all don't
Mhm.
main Dawson. There's some
True.
Dawson mains out there, true, but the majority of y'all ain't maining Dawson. Y'all not maining
Yeah.
Chun Li like that. Y'all not maining Guile like that. Y'all not. Y'all maining Ken, Ryu, and Akuma,
Mm.
the easy input characters. So you playing on classic,
Uh,
but the character you playing with has the easiest inputs. Who can't do a quarter circle?
and then
Who can't do a quarterback?
it's classic on the hitbox where it's not even really a quarter circle anymore.
Mm-mm. It's two
And,
buttons.
and here's the thing. I don't even care that you're using it. My issue is you acting like it's so much different.
It's
When there's
listen.
when there's literal videos of people talking about how easy it is to use hitbox,
I'm telling
how
you,
easy it is to do
it's
moves.
egregious, bro. It is egregious. The hitbox controller. Now, I personally am not making no excuses. If you playing on hitbox or whatever, I don't care.
Yep.
It doesn't bother me that you play on hitbox if you play on hitbox. Like I'm not tripping about it. What I'm saying is I'm using it as an example that y'all bias. You motor controls is for the training wheels, is for the scrubs, but your favorite pro player playing on the hitbox and you ain't got nothing to say about that.
Nothing. When there's full
You have
videos of
nothing to
people
say.
saying, full
They are
videos of
God to
people
you.
saying, "Hey, use this because it's so easy to do these moves with it."
What I'm saying, they are God to you. Y'all worship these people. Y'all worship these pro players and the FGC. Worship them, kiss their feet. You want their autographs. They playing on a hitbox. They going live streaming with the camera on their fingers and the camera on their face and another camera on with showing the video that they game they playing. And y'all in they comment section guzzling. You ain't got nothing to say to your favorite pro player about him or her playing on a hitbox. But if somebody playing
Playing
on
the
modern
keyboard the
controls,
whole
they a
game.
scrub. They a scrub because they playing on modern controls. But when Taquito played on modern controls, Taquito, oh, it's okay for the Taquito to do it. Taquito plays on modern controls. Did you know that? He
Wow.
plays with Ken on modern controls. He plays on classic too. I'm not saying he only play on modern. But sometimes you'll see a Taquito video. He's because he mains Ken and he's playing with Ken on modern controls. He's playing with what's his name? Luke on modern controls.
Oh yeah.
Tokido beat Daigo on
Y'all
modern
favorite
controls.
guy. Y'all new guy.
Y'all ain't got nothing to say. Y'all not gonna shame him and talk and call him a fraud. No, he's not a fraud. I'm not gonna ever say that Taquito is a fraud. Taquito is who he is. Taquito is the god. What I'm saying is he plays on modern controls and he's a pro player. So what we talking about? Why are we still having this conversation 2 years later on Street Fighter 6? Why are we still having this conversation about any fighting game that has modern controls? Any fighting game, DNF Duel, City of the Wolves, whatever
Mhm.
game that comes out that has directional inputs, one button supers, and I hear that Invincible versus game is gonna have modern controls.
Oh, also,
So,
let's keep it real. They ain't making modern controls because ain't nobody playing it. All right,
right, they're making it because everybody's playing it.
people playing it and lying about it.
They already did a poll. I think Rupamonger put the percentage out there. The percentage of people playing on modern controls in Street Fighter 6 is 48%.
Mm, mm. So
48% of the
where all
player
these
base on Street
purists
Fighter
at?
6 is playing on modern control.
Where all the purists at?
Listen, at the end
Oh,
but even Maximilian Dude put this out there a while back, some time ago, maybe 2 years ago, a year or like 6 months into the game's life. Even Maximilian Dude told y'all to stop that. Like that's BS. He's like, just because somebody playing on modern controls don't
funny
mean
thing
they
is,
trash.
his audience be the ones supporting that stuff. His audience be the main ones saying that mess.
His audience, but the average person that I face, that I beat, that has access to me, if they can't inbox me on PlayStation, they find me on internet, inbox me on the internet, be trash. They show a clip of us fighting so I remember who they is or something. Like, you trash, you only won because you playing on modern controls. Like, which one is it? You can't have it both ways. Is modern controls scrubby or is it strong? Because I play on modern controls because it's strong. That's why I play on modern controls. Not because it's easy mode. So I'm playing on modern controls don't mean I win all my fights. I still take L's playing on modern. But it is a very strong control map. Like mapping your buttons. It's very strong to not have to do the input for the super. But for anything, it's just to have access to that move where you don't have to do the directional inputs to do it, your reaction time gets better. Just like on a hitbox. A hitbox it speeds up your reaction time for a lot of things. Something that you wish you could have reacted to, but didn't because you just was too late. You wasn't quick on the draw on your pad or
Mhm.
your stick. You can lessen that time playing on hitbox.
Shoot,
If
let's
you play
keep it
on
real.
hitbox,
Modern controls was a response to hitboxes.
yes. All it did was level the playing field. And those are the people, and the people who I've faced that I'm aware of that are playing on Hitbox. Not all of them are toxic. Some of them like, yo, man, I'm playing on Hitbox, bro. You dope. Like if we every exchange I have is not a toxic exchange. I'm gonna be put
Yeah.
that out there. Like everybody that I face in the fighting game community is not toxic. No, not everybody. I'm just talking to the toxic people as I speak. This is not what I'm saying is not aimed at anybody who I've met that has faced me, fought me, lost to me, won, beat me. Not everybody has a toxic like mindset about this. A lot of them show me my respect. I'm gonna acknowledge those people. Yo, GG's bro, yo Rashid is dope. GG's bro, your Gal is dope. Yo, that Honda, your Honda is sick. Like everybody not toxic. But the toxic people who
Period.
just can't take these L's, those people who got an excuse, every excuse out the book as to why they lost to me. Like, yo, just take the L. Don't worry about the controls. Just play. You either won or you lost. You either reacted to that jump or you got jumped in on. Either it's what it is.
Yeah.
But that's not just Street Fighter 6, right? That's all games. That's all games. Any game that has a motor control option, right? Like I'm tearing it up on City of the Wolves. I ain't played in the wit in about a couple of weeks because I'm waiting on Andy to drop.
Oh yeah,
You know
because
what
I
I'm
know
saying?
Andy's your guy.
Yeah, he's coming out next week or week after next week or something. I just put it down for a minute because I've been playing other stuff. But I'm picking back up.
When you pick it
Like,
back up, I'm gonna play with you because I want to practice on my preacher.
yeah. And I encourage you to play on modern controls on there. You see how I feel, right?
Yeah. And
Like
see, I think it's also easier to play modern controls on a game that you haven't played before. Like,
exactly
because I
like
haven't
like
played, I haven't played, what is it? Fatal Fury seriously, probably ever. So
so think
is
so think about what you just said. New to the game, right? I want to say this to the FGC period. Any game doesn't matter. Y'all want the FGC to grow, right? But the fighting games are very daunting. I can say this. I can say this because I play fighting games. I can put myself in the shoes of somebody who would rather play a shooting game or an adventure game or an RPG because they just can't get down with the mental stack that is fighting games, can just be turned off by it because it's just too complicated. Just because I can execute and I'm pretty good doesn't mean that the average person in the world is pretty good. This is why the fighting game community is so niche because fighting games are complicated, whether
and
they're
they
2D, tag
also
battle, or 3D fighters.
yeah, also I don't think they really want the FGC to grow. They want the notoriety of like other, other communities, but they don't want it to grow because they don't want true competition. Like most of these people don't have a true fighter spirit when they're like, yo, I want to go and learn and get better and fight and stuff. No, they want to put everyone in the corner and perfect them. That's what they want to do. They don't want to have like
Yeah,
actual battles.
I
Ah,
feel like I feel like this. If you want a big community, you have to lower the barrier entry. You got to get this arrogance out of your head about these scrubs. Like you got to get that out of your head because everybody's a scrub, even the pro player, until they learn how to play. Until they learn how to play, everybody's a scrub.
right. They'll get better. They'll get better. They'll hopefully figure it out. But I'll go in and let you bounce because I know you gotta get out of here. So I'll say this. What are your final thoughts about uh the the Capcom collection? And do you recommend it to someone who hasn't played CVS2 and stuff like that before?
I recommend it to anybody pretty much. It's just dumb fun. Just like, and that's with all games. The purpose of playing a video game is to have fun. Like 99% of y'all are not going to Ego. You're not going to Capcom Cup. You're not going to Red Bull Kumite. You're not going to these tournaments. You're just not gonna. You're
You
not
sure?
gonna
You
be
sure
there.
they're not going?
You're not going. You're not going. It's too biased, right? If you're not sponsored and you're not in the club, they're not even gonna call you or invite you.
Yeah, you're not in the
That's
club
okay.
because even if you're good enough, if you're still not in the club, you're still not going to invite you.
Even if you're good enough, still not gonna invite you. Well, my thing is play the video game and have fun. Take a load off from your life. Video games are an escape from reality. They're not. What do you? What's your purpose to trying to be the best in the world? For what? Why? Why do you want to be the best in the world at the game that you're playing? Why? What you think gonna happen? You think so you gonna get all this praise and adulation? Even a pro, all not every pro player gets all this praise and adulation. They're not getting it, and they pro players. What is your purpose? Why do you even play video games? To be the best in the world at it? For what? Let's say you are the best in the world. Let's say you reach the top. Then what? What's next? What's your next move after that? Because that game that you're the best in the world at, they're gonna get old and a new game gonna come out, and somebody else gonna be the best at that game.
Hmm.
It's basically chasing the ghost,
What they
trying to
going to
be.
end up doing is playing the old game. Just like I still see people out here playing Street Fighter 5 mad about
what's
six.
the what's the purpose of being the best in the world at a fighting game? What's the purpose? I'm just asking y'all rhetorically in the gaming world, not just FGC, whatever game, Madden, 2K, NBA 2K, uh, a shooting game, Fortnite. I don't care what it is. If it's online multiplayer and they have a tournament for it, what is your purpose for logging into said game? Like,
They got to get it together.
why do you want to be that? Because even if you somehow get invited to the tournament and you somehow win, the prize ain't nothing but $100,000. That's it. You're gonna blow through that money.
Yeah, you gonna
You're
blow
gonna
through
win that
that
joint. So what you doing after is always an after.
because in
And gaming developers,
most cases that's considered game winnings is going to be taxed at 50%. So now
well,
to be the best, you're looking at 50 grand. Now 50 grand is nice if you know how to act. But the thing is, most of
y'all don't
y'all,
know that.
due to due to due to y'all activity on the internet, I know y'all don't know nothing about saving. Y'all don't know how to save no money.
Y'all
Y'all
gonna
be
blow
ready to
through that
blow that to
money.
stun on the gram.
So when you're done being the best in the world and you somehow by God's grace win the tournament that they're hosting, you're gonna spend that money down to $0 and you back to square one. Oh, and guess what? A new game just came out. Part three, part four, part five of said game is out now. Now what?
Mhm.
Nobody's playing that anymore. You can't go online and get a match no more because the game is dead now. Nobody plays it. So now your best in the world glory is over. It was a good run, but now it's over. The new game is out. You're chasing a ghost. So just have fun. Game, GAME. It means fun. Have fun. Play the game for fun. Stop being sweaty. Stop being toxic. Just have fun. If being toxic is fun for you, maybe you need to seek some therapy. Maybe you need some therapy. Maybe you really need to sit down and talk to a counselor about your anger issues because y'all be angry after y'all won. You won
Yeah,
the fight and you toxic. I
because they
understand taking the L and you mad. Y'all be winning and y'all toxic.
yeah, it's like you win and you have to come in and like show some type of like disdain after you won. It's like, bruh, you won a game.
Y'all need some therapy. So that's my final thoughts. My final thoughts is, as a whole is Capcom collection is great. It's not the best things since sliced bread or nothing like that. It's for 30 bucks. It's something to do. It's some nostalgia there. I still haven't touched every game on there. I'm only going to really play Capcom versus SNK 2 and Rival Schools. I'm not even going to play them other joints. I'm not playing Power Stone 1 and 2. I'm just not going to play that joint.
Oh, dang, shouts to Power Stone.
So basically, I spent $30 to play two games. I'm okay with it. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I'm not gonna be on them joints. So it's nothing to. It's not like I'm trying to like sell it to everybody. Just everybody go out and buy it. I don't feel like I wasted my money. It was good. I'm having a good time on it. But as I rank up, I'm starting to fight all the sweaty players who want to be the best in the world at a game that nobody cares about. They're not running any tournaments for this. I hope y'all know that.
They
I hope
might,
y'all who
they might, but I doubt it. If it
they
is,
not.
it's not going to be at CEO or something like that.
If they run a tournament, the prize at the most would be 10 grand. At the most, at the absolute most. And y'all gonna be sweaty palms, sweat factory
Oh,
for
they're going
ten
to be
grand.
super sweating.
For 10 grand. I feel like I gotta there's other games to play. There's other things to do with my time than to sit there and grind and practice on that game. I'll go months without playing any game and come back on and play for fun. I went a whole year, calendar year, without playing Street Fighter 6. Got back on it because Tekken 8 made me mad, and I got to master rank with Honda just because I was bored. Like master rank with Guile and Honda because I was just master rank. When I got to master rank with Rashid, I stopped playing Street Fighter 6 because Tekken 8 came out. When Tekken 8 came out, I was on that heavy. Got the God Destruction twice. They changed the meta, did the updates, and changed the game. So I just deleted it, sent it back to cloud, went back to Street Fighter 6, and I only got on there to just to have something to do. And I was like, all right, I'm tired of playing with Rashid. Let me learn another character. I learned how to play with Guile, got to mastering. I learned how to play with Honda, got to mastering. Now I'm learning. I'm learning Kimberly, trying to get her to mastering. Not in a
Mm.
hurry though. I'm not trying to be the best. It's just something to do. Wasting time because there are other games out. I've been on Rivals a lot, especially with Coop. I've
Yeah.
been just playing. I've been playing other stuff. I do my Streets of Rage live streams a lot. Like
Yep.
I'm just having
I'm playing
fun
Streets
with
right
the
now.
time. I'm just having fun with the time I'm spending on my video game. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to be toxic. I'm not trying to be the best in the world. I'm not even trying to be a content creator with millions of followers. I'm just playing my video game to pass the time because I'm having fun getting away from my life because there's so much going on in my personal life that I'll never go into online in public. I'll never discuss that and talk about what's going on in my personal life. It's not like I'm going through hell or nothing. It's just that I have enough responsibilities and stresses that have nothing to do with video gaming or leisure or fun at all. It's just obligations that are there constantly, and I take a break from those obligations and I play video games. So when I play my video game, the last thing I want to do is argue back and forth with somebody. The last thing I want to do is be toxic. The last thing I want to do is try to be the best in the world and be stressed out because being the best in the world is very stressful. It's not fun. I've never been the best in the world, but I have been at the top of a ladder of a particular game, which we're not going to speak about right now. And I can tell you that was not a fun experience for me. It was not fun getting there,
Oh
and it was not
man.
fun being there. On the way to the top, it wasn't fun, and sitting at the top to maintain my spot was not fun. I stopped having fun once I got there. I stopped having fun on the way there.
The
I was
funny
having
thing
fun
is,
in the early parts of the game.
you stopped having fun not because of the game itself, but because of other people.
Other people. So this is what you're those of you out there listening, this is what you're gonna face in your journey to be the best in the world at the game you playing. You're gonna face a lot of scrutiny from the community who themselves want to be the best. And all of y'all are a bunch of piranhas and sharks biting at each other, and none of y'all are having fun anymore. Y'all just stressed out on a something that's supposed to be fun. And that's my final thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I'm your boy Open Mind, spell it with a Y on Blue Sky, Open Mind 82 with Y on YouTube, and Open Mind, spell it with a Y on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all stay tuned to me because when NFL comes back, I'm gonna revamp my podcast. I only do NFL fantasy sports. So and my other brother, DFF DZ, is gonna be joining me, hopefully. This is not guaranteed. This is we just talking. Hopefully, I won't be by myself this time. I'll have my partner in crime just for fantasy sports, NFL football. So if you guys out there who play DraftKings and FanDuel and Prize Picks, and y'all do that
Nice.
stuff, y'all into that kind of stuff, follow me on my YouTube page and my TikTok page. Not so much Blue Sky because Blue Skies was just where I pop off at. But my YouTube page is for content, not just gaming. So once football season starts in September, I will be covering every week. I'll do one episode a week, and I'm going to be covering the best picks for the day or the time or whatever team is playing who. I'm only covering players, not teams. I'm not favoring no team. This is just those who play fantasy sports and prize picks and stuff, and you're just trying to win a couple $100 or something, and you don't really understand the best players to pick. I'm telling you, I do a lot of research. I look into this, so my job is to help you win money. Right? If you win money, listening to my suggested picks, then I've done my job. So it's just that's another avenue for fun. I play fantasy football for fun. I'm not gambling up my life savings. I just
Yeah.
play for fun. It's for fun for me. But for you all who've taken it serious, I also can give you some legitimate picks. I got a good track record. So I can call these football games pretty right. Not precise. Nobody can do that. But I'm very close to whatever predictions that I make or suggestions I make, and I make that based off of watching these games. I got NFL ticket, so I watch all the football games, not just the city I'm in. I watch games that's happening across the United States because I'm studying. I'm doing the research, so you don't have to. A lot of y'all can't catch all these games. Even if I miss a game, I got NFL ticket. I'll go back and watch the game, even though I already know who the winner is and what the score is. I'm watching it for research purposes to see how these players are playing, so I can make the respective suggestions for y'all on the upcoming week show. So just wanted to put that out there for y'all. What I'm up to, what I'm doing. Of course, it's not till September, but just putting that bug out there, putting it on y'all minds. Follow me now, so when football season comes in, if you're into that kind of stuff, check your boy Open Mind out. I got you covered. If you're trying to win this money, holler at me.
All right, word. Well, guys, look, y'all done got some wisdom and all that. So keep on playing, keep on having a good time, man. Ain't no need for y'all to be angry. And until the next time, y'all stay real. Keep your heads up. And of course, peace.
Peace.
Oh, man.